Are you a Scrabble player looking to level up your game? There's no better feeling than starting out on the right foot. In this video, we'll share intermediate and advanced strategies for your first move in Scrabble so you can come out of the gates winning. The first tip is to focus on reaching the double letter score with your highest scoring tile. The key here is your word must be 5 letters long. Think about it like this. You're holding the letters E, A, W, T, and H. The highest scoring tiles here are W and H, which are each worth 4 points. So you want to make sure that one of those letters hits the double letter score. A word like wheat can work wonders here. Placing the W on the double letter score doubles its value. This is especially important on the first move because you'll also get to double the word. Therefore, the letter placed on the double letter score will be doubled twice, essentially quadrupling its point value. Reaching the double letter score with your highest scoring tile is a great way to start strong. Now let's talk about protecting bonus squares from your opponent. While you want to hit the double letter score in your first move, you also want to protect the other double letter spaces from your opponent. A key strategy here is to avoid placing vowels next to these precious squares. Why? Well, by doing so, you make it harder for your opponents to leverage those squares to form high-scoring words. For example, if you spell the word mine with the N in the center space, your opponent could then spell next below it, allowing them to double the points of their X twice. But if you spell mine with the I on the center space instead, their high point letters won't fall on the double letter scores. So keep your vowels away from those bonus squares to maintain your edge. There's nothing more frustrating than when the first letters you draw seem useless. Don't worry, you can easily recover. Balance is so important in Scrabble, so when you have too many vowels or too many consonants, it can be difficult to spell a good word. One thing you can do if your first tile draw is bad is simply swapping tiles. If your rack is filled with all vowels or all consonants, consider swapping some tiles to balance them out. It might mean giving up the first move, but it could be a small sacrifice for a greater gain. Alternatively, you could play a short word with your less desirable tiles. For instance, if you're stuck with mostly vowels, you can spell something like EAU, which will increase the likelihood of drawing some more consonants. It's a quick and easy way to offload some vowels and bring balance back to your rack. Remember, Scrabble is a marathon, not a sprint. So, don't be afraid to make moves that might seem counterintuitive at first. They could be the key to your victory. Our last tip is all about strategic placement and playing defensively. Make sure that you're not opening up the perfect opportunity for your opponent to make a huge move. For instance, think twice before dropping the tiles S, Y, R, or D in the center space. These letters are prime opportunities for your opponent to craft a 7-letter word, snatch that triple word score, and get 50 bonus points for their bingo. There is no worse feeling than when your opponent scores 75 or more points on the second move of the game. Likewise, playing a word too close to a triple word square could leave it ripe for a prefix or suffix addition, handing your opponent a whole lot of points right off the bat. So always think about strategic placement and defending against easy moves. To recap, some of the best things you can do to start your Scrabble game off right are maximizing bonus squares, protecting the double letters from your opponent, balancing your rack, and defending the triple word spaces. Put them into practice and see your Scrabble game flourish. Don't forget to watch the recommended video for 7 additional Scrabble strategies aimed at intermediate and advanced players.